Hello, friends. Welcome back to our Bible story time. Today, we're diving into an incredible adventure from Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 9. A story about a man named Abraham, a big promise, and an even bigger step of faith. So, grab a cozy spot and let's travel back to a time when God called an ordinary man to do something extraordinary. Long, long ago, in a city called Ur, there lived a man named Abram. That's what he was called before God gave him a new name. Abram lived a comfortable life with his wife, Sarai, and his family. But one day, something amazing happened. God spoke to Abram. Can you imagine hearing God's voice? Let's see what he said. Abram, I want you to leave your home, your country, and everything familiar. Go to a land I will show you. I'm going to make you into a great nation, bless you, and make your name famous. Through you, all the families of the earth will be blessed. Wow, that's a huge promise. But it also meant Abram had to trust God completely. Leaving everything behind, that's a big deal. What would you do if God asked you to go somewhere new without telling you exactly where? Abram didn't hesitate. At 75 years old, 75, he packed up his belongings, took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all their possessions, and started walking. They didn't have a map or a GPS, just God's promise to guide them. That's what faith looks like. Trusting God, even when you don't see the whole picture. Abram and his family traveled a long way, through dusty deserts and over rocky hills, until they reached the land of Canaan. When they arrived, God spoke to Abram again. Abram, this is the land. I will give this land to your descendants. Abram was amazed. He built an altar, a special place to worship God, and thanked him for his promise. You see, Abram didn't just hear God's words, he acted on them. He built altars to worship God wherever he went, showing his trust and gratitude. God's promise wasn't just about land. God said Abram would have so many descendants that they'd be like the stars in the sky, too many to count. But here's the thing. Abram and Sarai didn't have any children yet. Still, Abram believed God. That's what made him so special, his faith. Abram kept traveling through Canaan, setting up camp and building more altars to worship God. He didn't know exactly how God's promises would come true, but he trusted that God was faithful. And you know what? God was faithful. Years later, God gave Abram and Sarai a son named Isaac, and through him, a great nation began, just as God promised. Abram's story teaches us that God has big plans for us, even when we can't see them. All he asks is that we trust him and take the next step, just like Abram did. Isn't that amazing? When we say yes to God, we're part of his incredible story. So, friends, what's one way you can trust God this week? Maybe it's being kind to someone new, or praying when things feel uncertain. Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Bible stories. Until next time, keep shining God's light. See you next time for another adventure from God's Word.